All right, Arena Game 1. I have no clue how far into the game they are. But again, to repeat, NeoZz upset Nikov yesterday in 3-2. I don't know what his sets looked like before that, but even beating Nikov is a fantastic achievement. So we'll see if NeoZz can continue this streak. He's a newer, younger player who's got some talent, got some strats for sure. I've even uploaded some videos where I was playing him in some smaller tournaments, but if he were to win this series, it would be the best accomplishment for him in Age of Empires, I believe. Because that would mean getting into the top 16 confirmed for Warlords main events. We got Burmese for NeoZz, which immediately makes me think monks. We've got Malay for ACCM. Could mean monks, but could be a couple different things. Could maybe be Rams and Karambits? Question mark. Has anybody seen that this week? Just questions. One's in chat. If you saw Karambits inside Rams at any point this week. This is a test to see how many of you guys paid attention, watched the video I uploaded, or, you know, followed the series where I played a critical game 5 with Malay. Anybody? Yeah, nice. Cool. Dude, it meant a lot that so many people got to watch the series. Especially because I ended up on the winning side of it, let's be real. But yeah, it meant a lot. So, it was fun. I rewatched everyone's perspective. In some cases, multiple times. I saw every chat message, every comment regarding it, so. I gotta say, ACCM, he's gotten very unlucky here. The relics are really close to NeoZz. Like, look, relic. There's 7 relics, but 5 are closer to NeoZz. Also, this gold, I guess it's not as bad as it could be. I guess NeoZz also has a pretty rough gold. It's very far forward. To the point where he's actually going to end up taking this gold. NeoZz has clicked up to feudal age very quickly. This feels like a monk build. We'll see if ACCM wants to do the same against the Burmese. I think it could be questionable to try and match the Burmese with their monks. But you could play towards light cav if you're expecting the monks, and I see the barracks already for ACCM, so it's probably the play. Babu says we use this strat for years. It's not new. I'm not trying to act like I'm the first person who ever did it. All right, Babu? But also, let's not act like it's the most common thing ever, like it was expected. So. And NeoZz sells a stone. I mean, why not? You're a lower elo player. You have less experience. You should probably go for the extremes here. But is he going to go full monks? Or is it going to be a barracks to mix in some spearmen with the monks? Because if you go for the spears, I think this can work really well. If you skip the spears, however, then it could maybe be a problem. So, there's the stable for ACCM. Yeah, technically, the Malay monks are superior. It's a weird one. They only miss Fervor, but for Castle Age, they do get Heresy. And Heresy is normally a big game changer in the Monk v Monk battle. But your eco is just superior with the Malay because you get the additional vills. So I like Light Cav and then maybe mixing in some of your own monks with that. Guys, fair warning, I might sneeze. Oh, man, it's like really close, but it won't work, dude. I'm staring at the light. I'm doing everything I can to try and get this sneeze to happen. It's bothered me. Okay. I think we're good. I think we're fine. I just wanted to warn you. The mute button is like kind of off to the side of my desk, so it wouldn't be super easy for me. I will say the monk approach works really, really well when there's not a lot of space to move around. And they're so close together, I think monks can be more viable here. Because you could essentially stand in your own base and still convert to the middle of the map, which is insanely strong. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, God. He opened his wall to go for the monastery, and ACCM runs in, and ACCM snipes a villager. What was that, man? All right, villager dead. NeoZz gets to see what the play is. ACCM gets to see what the play is. In the end, ACCM will probably lose this scout. But he confirms any suspicions on what this strategy was going to be. He gets to see the double mining camp on gold. and he will know this is definitely all-in monks from NeoZz. Damn, supplies with 25 gifted. Thank you so much. That's amazing. Yeah, there's the monasteries here. He's going to go full send. Full send with the monks. Supplies has been supporting the stream for a long time. Supplies was one of the biggest supporters back at the Facebook days, dude. Let's not forget about that. Supplies doesn't even exist anymore. Not like the user. Obviously, you exist, but, you know, the tech doesn't exist anymore. Okay. And Dodge is in chat for the subs. Appreciate that. NeoZz heals up the scout over that little piece of wall there. Now he's going to add a barracks. I think this is very smart. You can't be running forward with monks against light cav. I think the second he gets 2 to 3 spearmen in the mix, ACCM could actually have some issues here. For now, it's nice for ACCM, though, that NeoZz hasn't been able to get any relics. Like, obviously, if you get 5 relics here, your eco could be on par or better than the melee. But not being able to get the relics yet is painful. Pestrel says, do you like the settings for Warlords? Yeah, I do. I do. 12 qualification spots is nice. I think there's an argument you could even make it more than 12. But I think that 12 is very reasonable. Wow, I was taking a sip of my coffee there. I wasn't expecting the light cav to go back in. I don't think ACCM realized that that monk was still charged up there. So that's not horrible for NeoZz. He loses the monk, but he does gain a light cav. A T90, what would you do if this was your tourney and the game drama like yesterday happened? I'm not going to talk about what I would do because I don't want to put anyone who's in a position to make decisions under fire here. All right. What game drama? Drama? What drama? There was no drama. I'm not going to talk about it. What happened? All right. What happened yesterday was do I want to talk about it? Ask me later. Ask me later. We got monks. Ask me later. I shouldn't have responded to that comment. We are a mature community. There's never any drama, okay? That's the beauty of our scene. We're all... Sure, we're all nerds who haven't grown up, but we're all mature now. Light cav go in. Monks going down here. Will that be a conversion? Yes. Will this be a conversion? No. This is so crazy, man. Guys, I think this is very winnable. Again, if it's a big, expansive map, I think it's a problem for NeoZz. But there's 7 relics on this generation, too, which is so good for Burmese. And there's going to be siege and spears now. I really think NeoZz could make it happen. We got villagers going to stone for ACCM. He's not even going for multiple town centers. Can he dive and can he kill the monks? That's good micro from ACCM, but the villagers blocked. The villagers blocked, gave him an extra second or two, and the conversions happen! Monks are so broken, dude. Light cav do not counter monks. This is the drama. Holy, that's sick from the underdog. Honestly, I think he must have had to click with the villagers there a little bit to block as well. Because usually the light cav can pass right through. There's a unit priority there. ACCM, he probably wants to try Atonement now. But like, he wants to go for his own monks. But the enemy now has light cav to use against his monks. NeoZz needs to realize Atonement is in. And, oh, okay, he loses 1 monk. He also needs to settle his mind, but... I mean, we've seen this 1 TC monk play many times before. And if you follow it up with a castle, and you have the relics, and you go fast imp trebuchets, it can be very strong. I don't think ACCM has any chance. I don't see how you beat this. How do you win from this position? He's going to lose vills. He's got very little resistance with army. If there's a castle from NeoZz in the middle, it makes it even more difficult, and NeoZz is going to have every single relic. This is a very good build from him. Very good monk control. Very dangerous build. We've seen this with Bengalis. We've seen this with Burmese. And then I think, I mean, those are clearly number 1, number 2 with this build. Bohemians would be another one that's in that conversation as well for me. Can a castle save ACCM? Well, that's the thing. He's going to go for a castle or guard tower. If NeoZz plays this correct, he just drops a castle in the middle and then goes Imperial Age. And then you just basically treb down everything. Now, he isn't heavy on food. It almost looks like he wants a castle in his opponent's base, which I don't think is actually needed. But if you get it, then obviously that could be very strong. But I think there's a risk you could maybe overextend a little bit. Like Cav that he converted will dive in. ACCM hops into the the TC. Pikeman upgrades in. Like Cav will go for more monks. NeoZz is ready for the conversions. Okay, NeoZz, he could still go for that castle. ACCM will drop his own castle now, but there's army here from NeoZz. NeoZz will dive with the light cav. NeoZz has the siege and the monks, and he's got his own vills there. He can deny this castle and build his own and win the first game in a series that most people would have predicted ACCM win 3-0. This is the thing about NeoZz. He's got all this crazy energy, man. This crazy tournament underdog chaos energy, and he's sending it. The Mangano's there to deny the castle. The castle on the other side's at 30% for NeoZz. It's 60% for ACCM, but he has to back away until the siege is gone, which gives NeoZz time. NeoZz now at 50%. I think the castle for NeoZz is going to go up. And I think ACCM is in a really bad position now. Holy cow. What a start for NeoZz. Yeah, castle's going to go up for NeoZz. ACCM loses more villagers building his own. 95%. But if it goes up, it's like, at what cost? Rams can come in from NeoZz. And NeoZz still has all of his monks. And ACCM's got to be thinking, like, what on earth is happening here? This is not how I expected this series to start. Now, I think this is really tough to stop when you're this close and there's 7 relics. And NeoZz is stuck to the strategy well. The smartest thing for him was, once he realized it was light cav, he backed up and waited for a couple spearmen. But now he's got the rams. Now he's got petards massing. And he's just going to keep dishing out damage up against this castle. He's also got redemption on the way, and all of his monks are waiting for any units that might hop out. Or he could just convert the buildings too. So he's like, I'll take your blacksmith. I'll take your houses. Petard pathing's a little weird. Oof, that hurts. But I mean, still, the castle's almost down for ACCM. ACCM is maybe going to be castle dropped again as well, because there's more stone for NeoZz, who's making a trade cart right now. He's misclicked a trade cart, which is a misclick a lot of players do. I still don't understand why that misclick happens so much. I swear that it's a bug, because so many players do it. But yeah, he's misclicked a trade cart. And, alright, he's converted the houses. He is going to lose this castle. NeoZz, you're not going to throw this game, right? You're not going to throw this game. Okay. There he goes. I wasn't expecting a castle back here, to be honest. I thought it would be on the front. But he's going to castle the back of ACCM's base. Meanwhile, he does take down ACCM's castle there. He's in the back, converting villagers to build the castle there. And there he goes. He's like, it's my base now, fool. This is my base. Oh, man, that's so funny. ACCM is dead. All the Kramvits will go down. This castle will actually stay up. Dream start for NeoZz. So good. Yeah, ACCM might not even have enough to take this castle down. But even if he does, it doesn't matter now. He's lost so many bills. Kind of feels like ACCM can't believe it, right? I mean, ACCM probably thought this was going to be a quick series today. And GG. Damn. So yeah, well executed from NeoZz. I think this strategy, if it's well executed, is nearly impossible to stop. Because if you go light cav and then they mix in the spears, then your light cav doesn't necessarily work. It hurt ACCM a lot, that one engagement where he lost all those light cav though, and he didn't get the monk kills. I think that particular engagement really changed the game. Yeah, Fester Cloud says it's disgusting but effective. Yeah, that's a very good explanation for it. It's disgusting but effective. And Burmese are the best at it with the cheap monk techs. And also, when you get that many relics that quickly, like your quote-unquote weak eco doesn't matter because you got 2,000 gold from the relics. Unironically, I think Castle, full Karambit, and Ram would have actually worked really well here. Like, way better than Lycav, way better than your own monks. That might have actually been the play for ACCM. Okay. We refocus up here. We've got the Wei versus the Wu. Or do we have the Wu versus the Wei? Will the shoe be on the other foot? I don't know. We'll see. We got ACCM with a civilization, which is better at sitting back and booming. You get the additional villagers when you go for the eco techs, right? And then you've got NeoZz. NeoZz is more for the aggression. NeoZz get additional food when you drop the docks. Also, infantry regenerate, so I would expect NeoZz to open with man-at-arms. Now, this map has these little ponds. Can you even consider this a pond, guys? Or is this like a puddle? I don't even know if I want to call this a pond, to be honest. We're going to come up with something else for it. Whatever this is, it's there. You've got 2 areas of shorefish, but then more importantly, you've got the oysters there. So 3 oysters is 1,300 gold. So usually, instead of mining gold with villagers, you're docking and you're adding fishing ships onto the oysters. NeoZz has already done that. ACCM has already done that. But I think like both players seem to have a good start. In the case for NeoZz, he's actually docked a little bit further forward. So I guess he didn't scout that he had this pond available in the back, unless he's going to do both. NeoZz is a very extreme player, guys. Like he does wacky things. I've seen him like TC drop people as well, like in Vil fight, and he's just no stranger to chaos. And I also think that he prepares really, really well. So in like Titans League, he was playing sets all the time. I think he must have played dozens of sets, and he benefited from that. So, like, I was not expecting 2 Dark Age docks here. Yeah, I think ACCM is just going to play 1 dock. He's going to play towards Feudal Age, Eco Upgrades, and Walls. And then he's going to play around defending from Man-at-Arms. At the moment, it doesn't feel like it's Man-at-Arms. There's actually a weird chance this could be a fast castle for NeoZz. But again, you only gain the gold from the docking. I guess you get a little bit of food. I just don't know if it's going to be fast castle-y or not. I don't know. Satos's NeoZz is a mini Andy. I could see that. NeoZz plays very, very similarly to freaking Andy. He just lacks the experience. The freaking Andy, of course. But, like, how do you describe the play style? Very extreme. Right, Sato? Very extreme. Like, Andy goes crazy army numbers. Like crazy monks. Or he plays crazy defense, and that's kind of how NeoZz tends to play as well, right? There's the barracks for ACCM. And ACCM will maybe plan around going for some scouts. Scout moving forward right now. He must know that TC is around here. And yeah, he chooses not to run in there because the pathing was a little bit off, and he would have run right into the TC. And this dock is still exposed. This dock would be exposed as well, but I just find this is such a weird map when the docks fire arrows. What do you guys think about the docks firing arrows? I still think the dock garrison idea is cool, but the docks firing arrows, at the very least, it's like very unfun. It certainly changes the water map significantly. Like, people on normal water maps would not be going for nearly as defensive plays if the arrows weren't there. In general, I like a lot of the ideas. It just still doesn't feel like it's just right for me. I think I would prefer that you don't fire arrows until you like research a technology or something. Like that would make it way more strategic. And then you could still garrison, which is, you know, a solid option, but ACCM saw that dock. Now, what's important is, does he actually check the other one? Okay, now he sees the other one. Now he's going to be like, wait, what? He's gone for 2? That's crazy. But meanwhile, for ACCM, I don't think this is too horrible himself. Because he can get eco technologies to get additional vills. I think if the Civ matchup is different, then it's a little bit more worrying, but at least you can recover the vill count. But the alarm bells would be going off in my mind because I'm thinking my opponent is going to maybe go for fast castle. And as I say that, we're actually going to see a stable from NeoZz. No mill for him, by the way, because he didn't move out here to take the papayas. There's the papayas, looking juicy, looking tasty. What's up, Sonny? Thanks for the 32 months. Welcome back, man. Who is NeoZz and how did they beat ACCM? Just got here. Mike, if there was one unit that an underdog could use to beat the favorite, I'm going to let you guess what unit that was in the first game. Welcome in. I'll, of course, give you your answers. Nice blocking there, and a little wasteful there from NeoZz. Okay, looks like there's a lot of chatters named Mike as well. Interesting. Lots of Mikes here. We'll see what the other Mike has to guess. The fishing ships are going to slowly go down. But again, you can kind of keep them alive, and we're going to have a galley added from NeoZz as well. This is very, very interesting. Thinking, hold on, I have a guess, but have to remember the name of it. Okay, well, Mike, we don't have a while, so I'm just going to tell you. It's monks. Sorry, we got to move on eventually here. It's monks. He went for lots of monks on Arena, and it worked out. Welcome in. But yeah, NeoZz is showing he's got the strats here, man. Like the other game we saw on this map, people were not doing that. Now, eventually you run out of the oysters, but there's so much gold there. Like that's still 1,000 gold of oysters, which isn't bad. And he built the mill. He doesn't need to actually stay there. And look at him sneak, dude. This is so unique. ACCM's got full map control, which in many ways is good, but he's got to be wondering, what's my opponent actually going to do here? I think the plan is some type of sneaky forward, like a siege workshop over here. NeoZz knows that ACCM's base is over here. So. Now, the stable would have me confused. Because, like, I'd be initially thinking about John Swordsman and not He Guang. But I think the stable is just an option, maybe to add some scouts. And here go the 2 vills. Now, we're going to see NeoZz sell his stone, so he's not interested in booming. He's going for a forward siege workshop here. Will ACCM expect this? His scout is over here right now. I don't think he would necessarily expect it. You might just be expecting this to be like more of a pond adapt type of game because of NeoZz going for the 2 docks. But NeoZz, for now, I'm just going to do an oyster check. He's got 1,300 gold there. And then you've got an extra, like, 800 gold there. So it's 2,000 gold for that the fishing ships are on. Then you got this much on gold. Then you got the wood. That's a lot of resources. And NeoZz is going to go for rams and John Swordsman. If he goes for multiple rams and John Swordsman, I think this works. There's been a lot of rams and infantry on this channel this week. Seriously, though, imagine just full rams. Don't even add the scorpions. Just like 5 John Swordsmen in each one, or 6 in each one, and 3 rams, and you just choo-choo right into your opponent's base. Here's the first ram. ACCM will see this. I don't think ACCM is prepared to deal with this at all. His scout ran through. His scout's going to go down. Guys, what is happening? These archers are also going to get killed. Here we go. It's going to be a mangonel for NeoZz as well. Again, I think maybe there's an argument to just stay on rams. But with a scorpion and a mangonel, you at least prevent your opponent from, like, heavy pushing. Or sorry, heavy walling behind, because you have the range to hit the vills. Will that blacksmith go down before Bodcanero comes in? Bro, that's so bad for ACCM. That's so bad. His unit of choice is Jean Bays. And the blacksmith is going to go down. Holy, this is some pressure. Oh, man. Town center is going to start to be attacked. Now, will NeoZz trust himself? Will he believe in his position? Or is he going to have a lot of fear here? I think you got to keep up the mangonels now that you've stopped with the rams. This is a bit of a mess up. It's going to be a double mistake, actually. He'll lose the monk, and he loses the mangonel for free. Yep, that's definitely not how he would have drawn it up. Now he dives in with the Jean Swordsman. That Jean Swordsman could be converted. That he has to delete. So the start was great. But suddenly it's looking a little tricky for him to manage it. But still, it's not like this isn't tricky for ACCM either. ACCM losing some Jean Bay. ACCM sniping the siege. ACCM falling back. Can he snipe the monk as well? He snipes another monk. It's a lot of military down. Expensive military here. Meanwhile, the thing is, NeoZz still has eco, right? Like, he has more eco than his opponent. In many ways. I guess he doesn't anymore. And oh god, the Jean Bay get destroyed. Oh god, oh no. I mean, yeah, sure, more siege has gone down. But still, it's not like ACCM's army is necessarily staying alive right now. NeoZ's 2 forward villagers are going to get sniped as well, though. Game is still even. ACCM doesn't know he doesn't have Bodcanero. He thinks he is Bodkin, and I think he has not had the time to think about Bloodlines. Because both the units he's making are cavalry and would benefit from Bloodlines. But he's holding. The conversions have been important here. With Bodkin, he definitely kills that. And without Bodkin, he does as well, apparently. Rams for NeoZz are going in without any support. Is ACCM clearing this? Has ACCM found enough good engagements to hold? The start looked amazing for NeoZz. I thought it was going to be game over. But he hasn't been able to take the fights in the way that he wanted. Oh, God, it's still so close. I guess it's still so even. But I think the units that NeoZz is losing is so more expensive. Look at the value destroyed here. There's a big difference there because of the amount of monks and siege that he's losing. And now he's going to lose even more. And eventually he runs out of the fishing... the gold, right? That gold with the fishing eco on that starting dock is going to be an issue. And another scorpion goes down. ACCM is held. That unraveled so quickly there for NeoZz. He lost the first mangonel and he lost the first monk. And then he kept taking fights. He kept losing units. He is adding fish traps there. So now he's got food eco. So that's really good thinking. But ACCM, what a hold. I was really well defended. He had to micro like crazy. And we might still have a very long game here. The good thing for NeoZz is he's still got some military out. The bad thing is I'm not sure if this unit necessarily scales all that well. He didn't get many upgrades on them. The monks hop out for ACCM. The monks hop out for NeoZz. ACCM's monks survive. Everything for NeoZz goes down. It is a tale as old as time, man. The favorite gets upset in the first game, and then in the second game, they just respond when they could have so easily died strategically. They're just like, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That's my bounce back game. And now NeoZz could be very nervous, very frustrated because the position looked so good. Oh, man. The potential's there. I like the build. The execution from NeoZz was not. ACCM ties it up. But guys, like, the difference between winning and losing that game mentally for NeoZz is just unreal. He could have been 2 games up if he just kept a couple more units alive and continued with the push. I think he couldn't decide on what units to make. Like, he didn't know which siege weapon to actually commit to here. He made 6 scorpions. He made like, what, 3, 4 mangonels, and he made like 3 or 4 rams. I think if he actually just chooses one of them, literally just one, with the monks and the Jean Swordsman, he wins the game. But it was all the different random numbers of units, and not being able to control them all that became the problem there. Whew. The TC spots are going to be hugely important here in a Nomad start, and still 9 villagers, so there's a chance the villagers will walk past each other here. And ACCM is going to town center down here. Now, that's a very good town center spot, but NeoZz started to build his TC a little bit faster. It was almost immediate. You see the approach? He sees a wood line. He places the TC. He doesn't waste any time. ACCM does get his 6 villagers to the town center a little bit faster. NeoZz's TC will still complete slightly faster than him. We got 70% against 60%. And a dock over here from ACCM with one of the vills. Very muddy, crappy, or rather murky-looking water here on Mirkwood. The big thing to point out here beyond the color of the water is that the land units can't actually walk on this shallow terrain. So that means if you had like knights or anything really, they could walk out here and snipe fishing ships later on. This is the thing. They don't tell you guys. You go to the restaurant, you order some fish. They don't tell you that the salmon came out of this water. Like, you prefer they put that on the menu. You paid how much to get murky salmon? No, thank you. NeoZz starts with the extra wood, starts with the extra food, as the Persians and the town centers produce faster, so very good civ to have for the economic side. Mods, do we have anyone that can run channel points by chance? Because the people, I just showed the salmon in game, and you know, the people now would like to bet their hard-earned salmon. If someone's on that, that'd be great. Okay, there we go. Mods are on it. Thank you, mods. Appreciate that. A little house there for ACCM, which wasn't a resource issue. It's just a timing issue. He's looking around for some boars or elephants or rhinos here. He actually hasn't found many. Okay, finally he finds his first one. He finds the tapir. But a bit tougher to find. If the Koreans get to stone in this matchup, they can be really dangerous with their towers or their castle drops. Also, if they play fire lancers, it could be really dangerous too. But look at the start for NeoZz. That's just Persians for you. And again, he's just going to spam fishing ships, which we talked about. I don't think spamming lots of fishing ships is a bad thing because you can just garrison and your dock fires arrows now. So it's really defensive meta on water. And NeoZz has bonuses for the water, so it's a good approach. I would guess with the amount of fishing ships he's planning on adding that he wants to go fast castle here. Guys, guess the final score in this series right now, if you had to guess. It's 1-1, ACCM and NeoZz. It's a good start here for NeoZz game 3. Okay, everyone's saying 3-1 and 3-2. Can you specify for who, though? Someone predicts 3-1 for NeoZz. All right, that's bold. Prince is 3-1 ACCM. 3-2 ACCMs I'm seeing. I can't bet against ACCM in this series. I'll say 3-2 ACCM as well. Just because the star power is there, right? The player reputation is there. But the position for NeoZz at the moment is very strong. I really like his build. ACCM's also going to add a lot of fish. Just so much on wood leads to more fishing ships. Gold is on the back here for ACCM. Just doesn't have any stone that's that safe. If he gets pressured on land, there is this stone here. Tomfoolery, thanks for the 10 months. I'm starting to get hungry. And I did buy groceries yesterday so I could cook dinner and stuff and be all healthy and creative. But I kind of just don't want to. I might go crazy, order a pizza or something today. And houses in a position here for ACCM to maybe wall a little bit and protect this stone. That's a super weird wall. But I guess if he's trying to wall in a circle to protect his gold and protect his berries, I don't hate it. Someone says just crack 3 eggs in a glass and drink it. Dude, you could not pay me enough money to do that. That's ugh. I mean, there's more disgusting things out there, but no thank you. Aren't there like old clips of like, I bet you Arnold Schwarzenegger did that stuff and he told everyone that's why he was so jacked. Neglected to bring up the amount of steroids he was taking. Yeah, you just gotta have some raw eggs. It's all the raw eggs. It's not the steroids I'm pumping into my ass every other morning. Arnold's a legend still, but always find that funny. It's like, it's just the diet, bro. It's just the diet. We got 13 fishing ships for 17. So many fishing ships here. And they're definitely going fast castle, and ACCM will go to stone. So, here we go. The fishing ships are all together for NeoZz. I think it's much easier for NeoZz to play it this way. Because, like, you can group up. You produce 3 ships or 3 naval units from your docks, and then you can just defend here. And then you do the same, you defend here. It's almost impossible for him to lose in similar types of units. But if it's turtle ships for Koreans, that's a whole completely different scenario, because turtle ships are the much stronger unit. But ACCM's already going to stone, so I think he's thinking about a castle drop. And lots of scouting with the random buffalo around here. Can someone look up the category of map that this is in this tournament? Because they have a chaos category. I always find it funny. So, like, I host a tournament. We have all aspect. We have the, like, ideally we have a Nomad. You have mixed map. You have hybrid. You have closed. You have open. We don't, like, list it out. But in Warlords, they, like, list it out. I always find it funny when, like, the open map becomes, like, super defensive and boomy. Okay, this is Nomad. All right. I thought if this was, like, the chaotic, I was going to be like, well, might need to switch categories. Here's a Nomad map. And a lot of fish here. And NeoZz going to add the Hulks now. But he doesn't have anything on lands at the moment to pressure ACCM, to find ACCM. And ACCM, once this market completes, will click up to Castle Age. Are there any NFL fans watching the stream right now? Who's your team, and what are your thoughts on your team's draft? I am cautiously optimistic about my team's draft. I'm a Vikings fan, but, you know, notoriously our drafts are horrible, so I'm sure this season will end in pain and misery in some way, shape, or form. Yeah, this is where it gets almost impossible for ACCM to save his fish, because it's 3 docks producing right next to him. 4 docks, actually. And he already garrisoned 4 fishing ships, and the other fishing ships are going to have to run away. The Sandman says Panthers A+. All right, nice. Colts not great. Yeah. I think the biggest standout for me was the Rams one. That whole situation was weird. Like, drafting a quarterback, 13th pick, and then, like, your coach clearly not being, like, super pumped about it. I thought that whole situation was weird. But there's probably a lot that we're speculating on and don't know. I think that's actually really nice work from ACCM here in this game. Because he could have... Like, NeoZz has... What the... Brother! How many Hulks is too many Hulks? I mean, there's no way ACCM should even be remotely close to fishing here. He's got so many! My God. Anyways, ACCM's been able to essentially hold without taking damage. These Hawks are just... Like, really? I guess he's being patient till he has the numbers or something. But anyways, he's got a lot of them. Scouts have been added here. And he will see that villagers are on stone. ACCM's little bubble wall here has proved to be very important. And it's just going to be big economy for NeoZz as he drops the second TC. And he will kill these fishing ships with these Hawks. And he might kill these fishing ships as well. So, he could have maybe moved in a little bit earlier with the Hawks, but he was patient. He didn't want to overextend. There's the castle, though, for ACCM. ACCM needs to repair that, which he'll do in the final second there. Economy is going crazy for NeoZz at the moment. But war wagons are really tough to stop. At the same time, I don't think ACCM's food economy is necessarily that good. Most of his fishing ships are actually on golds, which I don't think he wanted. I think he wants them on food. This looks ridiculous, just seeing all the hooks flying into the dock. But hulks don't take down docks very quickly, so you would need to add in fires. And this is still an issue. You still have to repair this. Yeah, you repair this. War wagon can come over, and then the light cav will get pushed away. Still no turtle ships from ACCM, which on one hand is a surprise. On the other hand, not really, because there's just so much Navy from NeoZz. I don't think 1 or 2 turtles is really going to be worth the investment. I think the plan, if anything, for ACCM is to mass up the wagons, move forward and, like, castle drop. It's really surprising to me NeoZz didn't see this castle. Like, I feel like that's the #1 area I would check. He is super focused on the water, though. And he's winning the water. And he's booming on land. So, I mean, his economy is... It's not even close. He's so far ahead. Now he needs to know what he's up against. Now he sees the war wagons could be the option. And monks would be a good option in low numbers of wagons. But, like, Persian monks don't scale very well. So you start to lose your early monks. This could be an issue. And, I mean, he got the relic. ACCM is... Oh, my God. ACCM just passing. He doesn't lose a unit. I think he's looking on water here. And maybe looking on water down here or over here. And NeoZz does have a lot of his navy chilling down here. I think he's forgotten about this. And maybe he'll start to be uber focused on the water now. Wasn't expecting him to have to be so defensive on the water here after the start. But I think that's fine. Like, he's got 3 TCs. He got the warning signs that it's going to be war wagons. The town centers can protect everything. Even losing a couple fishing ships now is completely fine as far as he's concerned. The main thing is he's going to need to transition into farms, which he's already doing. So that's good work. War wagons get pushed away. Turtle ship and Hawk still down here. They would need to move this way to pressure NeoZz. There's the turtle ship with its weird moving oars. Again, I'm very happy that the oars move now. But for every other ship, they moved the correct direction. I swear these oars are moving the wrong way, or whoever's in there has had one too many pints of ale. Or whatever they'd be drinking. War wagons are running in. No house walls here from NeoZz. War wagons still don't have bodkin. There's a monk there. ACCM should go immediately for that. And we'll kill that. And this is how NeoZz loses the game. He's so focused on water, but it is the land where the Koreans can be very, very strong. Great job from ACCM to keep him active on the water, right? Like, there's always a threat on either side. He didn't just straight up lose it. And so that's why NeoZz hasn't been able to like, focus. Words are hard for on what he needs to here. Looks like we missed a little engagement in the base. ACCM dropped the tower, but these war wagons are looking really difficult to deal with. This score is really close. And dock is starting to go down. The fishing ships are going down as well. Villagers are going to go down. Idle time is going to start to rise for the underdog. Look at all these villagers clumped up here doing nothing. And more war wagons are going to run in. But there's a conversion. That's a nice conversion for NeoZz. And he leads to another kill. That's very good work. I think NeoZz can actually just stop producing on water at the moment. Like, really, you even if you lose all your fishing ships now, you're still ahead. So you just need to sort out whatever your game plan is going to be on land. But ACCM is walking through... And he's going to drop a tower there. Almost looked like he wanted to drop a castle. But towers are still really, really dangerous. NeoZz, it's got to be so nervous. Scale of 1 to 1,723,033. How nervous would you be right now if you're NeoZz, guys? Think about it. Come back to me. I want a very specific answer, please. Oh, God. This is so rough. He's got villagers over here. I mean, he can produce villagers very quickly, so he can replace them, but he's taking some heavy losses, and he doesn't have any, like flow to the game, and he's always getting hit from different sides, and he's gonna start to get siege pushed, maybe. He's slowly getting surrounded by ACCM. There's a little sneak down here. But these towers are going to become a problem. It's also a problem that he's trying to go elite skirm, and the area where the archer ranges are is going to be towered. So he can't easily hop out there. Some of you guys said like 10, which basically rounds down to 0. You guys wouldn't be nervous at all here. Impressive. I'd be around 1 million, so. Well, what that one guy said. Now, very easy to lose out on this. Fishing ships going down. Very easy to miss out on this. These war wagons also got a couple kills. And ACCM could start to ram down these ranges now. Still has 1 town center and doesn't have any food eco except some fishing ships, which may or may not get taken down here. So it's a very interesting game. But now a castle from ACCM. Oh, God. The T90, why would I be nervous when I know I'm going to lose to ACCM? I guess that's fair. I guess that's fair. I mean, I'm not nervous when I'm a big underdog, to be honest, until I win a game. Or when I'm ahead. Like, in this scenario, he might have also had no nerves. He won the first game. But then he's like, oh, God, I actually played really well. Or, oh, no, I actually have the lead. And when you start to feel like you should or could win, that's where the nerves get really high as the underdog, in my experience. And how do you stop double castle war wagon production, guys? Skirms and monks. Everything he's trying. But Persian skirms and Persian monks don't get a whole lot better than they are right now. And he doesn't have that many of them where he needs them to be. The war wagons just go right underneath the TC, because why not? And with this castle up, this town center gets extremely awkward. NeoZz is running out of space. Oh, God, he's got too many vills. Too many vills exposed. So many losses for him right now. What are these rams doing? Why are these rams here? It's just extremely random. Okay, nice conversions for NeoZz. That's not bad, but he does convert the one weak wagon that was in there, which is really unlucky. Here he goes for conversion. ACCM gives him another one. There's another TC for NeoZz. The Rams are going down, and then the TC is going to go down. NeoZz has lost 33 eco this game, but he just keeps replacing it. I think he's going to try and ram rush the main base from ACCM. Because I can't have any other explanation for why the Rams are here. Look at the value destroyed, guys. ACCM has killed 8k value against 3.7k. And that number is growing. So yes, he's behind in resources collected. But, like, NeoZz has just lost so much in vills and on water. And with monks. And he's losing more and more. He's slowly losing the shorelines, which could make this even more complicated. He does have a decent amount of skirms now, though. That's a healthy number of skirms. An issue for him is going to be rocket carts, though. An issue for him, I'm realizing, is he might not actually have that much access to gold. Now, I'm wrong. He does have every resource he needs. What a game. Luckily, you're Persian, so your town center stays up for a little while longer. ACCM wants to drop a castle here. And now, simultaneous to that, we are going to have a ram rush onto the castle from ACCM. And NeoZz is going to lose skirmishers to the rocket cart. And that's not looking good. But ACCM is going to lose villagers to the skirms. Because he's not expecting that there. Okay, he pivots into a tower. The rams are going through here. The wagons and the rocket carts going through here. The Navy's going hard here. Tower now from NeoZz to stop that castle. He's bringing the Rams over. Yeah, he had the Rams ready. Micros needed. ACCM will take down the Mangonel. Rocket Cart could take down the Skirms. What is this game, bro? What is this game? Who's winning? Who is winning? This castle's not going to go up. ACCM needs to delete that. He better delete it fast. He better delete it fast. Okay, he deletes it. Oh, it's a bad day to be a Skirm. It's a really bad day to be a Skirm. Oh, no. It's a bad day to be a Skirm. Guard tower upgrade for NeoZz. So he's going to try and play towers as well. ACCM needs to expand this way, I feel. And obviously push to the north right now. I think a siege workshop defensively for ACCM so he can make rocket carts against this, and he's fine. He's still just sending full pressure towards NeoZz. Oh, man, this is just so... This is very nomadic. But it's like, typically it's nomad at the start, but this has become nomadic in the middle of the game as well because of how chaotic it's been. ACCM thrives in the chaos, though. The thing is, NeoZz is pretty good with chaos as well. People don't know him yet. But he's actually kind of built for these scenarios as well. The skirmishers will go down to the rocket cart. War wagons are killing off the villagers attacking the rams, and another archer range is going to go down for NeoZz. He's just left building more archer ranges, more buildings. There's the siege workshop for ACCM so we can get rocket carts. This tower's going to go up as well. I fear it's the end for NeoZz, guys. He's had higher pop the whole game, but he just can't. His units are way less value. And he's spawning villagers to their deaths, you know? It's like, it's not like he's spawning villagers into a world of harmony and safety. It's just pure pain and chaos. The siege workshop went down. If ACCM doesn't get another one and get some rocket carts out here fast, he could lose his only town center. Or rather, his second town center, or one of his TCs. It's crazy. Look, he set the rally point for the ranges down here. And so, so many skirms are just getting fed right into this. But there we go. Choo-choo, baby. NeoZz keeps trucking. He took down a town center rather easily. This is crazy. He is expanding his eco really well. We have knight upgrades for ACCM. ACCM is going to play Korean knights. Korean knights are... I mean, they're certainly in the bottom 5 of knights in AoE 2. But knights are still the strong enough unit against skirmishers and rams where maybe it's actually worth it. And he does have access to gold. At the moment, NeoZz is not actually mining any gold. He does have gold around. But he's got to reposition his eco, which is not so easy when the game is like this. The skirmisher counts at 30 for NeoZz, which will change once the knights come in. And NeoZ's rams will have to roll away here as quickly as they can. ACCM's war wagon count is down. Will we ever see Imp in this game? Obviously, the longer the game goes, the greater the odds are, but ACCM is a pretty weak economy. And NeoZz is spending a lot of time spending food on vills and skirms, so... And it feels like he also has to continue doing so. Here come the rams. These rams have done 15k damage, more than I would have expected. But this time, ACCM's repairing, and this time ACCM has the knights. So he's feeling like he can actually put a stop to this. Monks are there behind there to convert the knights, though. And they might get them. They get the conversions. Rams are going for another tower. ACCM has to delete. ACCM's got the castle there, though, NeoZz. He's got a castle, man. I don't know. There's also still more towers going up and being denied around here. I mean, war wagons just got clicked after the monks. That's pretty heavy loss because there's still a lot of skirms in there. These rams are going hard. ACCM's economy is not very strong right now, guys. It is not very strong. If NeoZz can get a castle down, get up to Imp here, this could maybe win in the game. He's still got skirm. That's your castle? He's so confident. He's going to castle there. Wow, the knight he converted, I think, is trying to run back, but the war wagon's trying to run forward. I think the knight's going for that rocket cart, which is a great move if he makes that play. And now the knights are here, and now NeoZz is going to drop a castle further back. Oh my god, this is chaos. This is absolute chaos. Yeah, NeoZz has to go imp. If NeoZz goes imp, he can win the game. I'm not sure if Korean knights were the play. The rocket cart got sniped. Yeah, castle and imp has got to be the play. The knights have just simply not done nearly enough. And ACCM is also going to go imp. Wow, he goes imp. So they'll both be in a position to make trebs. Guys, these towers all become keeps. These towers can get additional range. Like, these towers become very, 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 very important here in the long term for ACCM. And he's also going to build another one. Speaking of another one, castle from NeoZz. So it'll be 2 castles against 1 for the Treb War. Wow. Let's not forget that there's Navy on the outside still, mainly for ACCM. But as I say that, NeoZz has some random boats. Should be all about the middle now. I'm going to double check imp TCs, because, I mean, why not? That TC's fine. This TC's fine. Fire Lancer is going to be the switch for ACCM. That's a unit he needed to make over the Knights, in my opinion. It's great against skirms. Good against rams. NeoZz is making a war elephant. What in the world? I mean, I like the energy. I like the energy. he just goes purely on vibes. And he's like, I need the strongest units possible. He's still churning out the rams. He's going for this castle. This is the only castle that ACCM has. He's going in with Vils as well. I mean, ACCM is in a really awkward position. NeoZz has expanded all of his eco down here. There's a war wagon there getting some snipes. NeoZz needs to notice. Another elephant on the way. ACCM wants to make trebs. He can't make trebs because he's sinking everything into repairs. I think NeoZz is going to win this game. Incredible, like, fortitude, man. Incredible mentality to be able to just hold on here. Every time ACCM thought he had a position, NeoZz just kept fighting. And now he's committing to the trebuchets from both these castles. There is another castle. Sorry, there is another castle up here from ACCM. So we'll start to treb down these town centers. But, like, this position is a lot of ACCM's eco. And he still has the worst economy. He doesn't have any relics or anything. NeoZz has to be very careful with the northern eco. I think if you just stay away from there, though, you're okay, and you push this position. Getting chemistry right away is the perfect call because you need to make hand cannons. Or bombard cannons, but definitely hand cannons. ACCM's core economy is right here, right beyond these castles. And NeoZz's trebs can continue pushing that. Another castle from ACCM, though. And the trebs are slowly taking all this down. That'll take some time, though. Like, Persians, having the stronger town centers gives you that extra time. And that 14 hand cannons in queue for NeoZz. Now, in theory, the Korean player can then make skirms on the cheap. But I don't know how easy that's going to be for ACCM at the moment. His archery ranges aren't anywhere nearby, for example. So I don't even know if he built any this game. Doesn't seem like it. Bombard cannons are going to be key. Would still love to see the Upseong upgrade here for ACCM when you have this many towers. But both players are doing a good job at spending all their resources as quickly as possible. They're just truly at the limit. Can ACCM hold on against these trebs? The trebs are focusing down the towers. The fire lancers are going to move in this way. There are a couple hand cannons waiting in there. But the tower will go down. The range is also down for NeoZz up there. Thought he had ranges around. And ACCM is just going to try and push this way. That's one of the relics. That will be lost too. And villagers are going down faster for NeoZz than they are for ACCM. Super long term. Navy on the outside is actually really nice to control woodlines and stuff. Fire Lancers will run this way from ACCM. ACCM snipes a treb. And ACCM still massing bombard cannons here. I think NeoZz is getting a little distracted in the north at the moment, guys. He does have the military lead, but where? And what type? He loses another Treb. Oh, man. ACCM is really holding on. This has given him some precious time. Drop the archer ranges and go for skirms. Another big shot with the bombard cannons. There are bombard cannons and hand cannons here for NeoZz. There's the tower upgrade. With that upgrade, the towers will outrange bombard cannons, but there might not be too many towers if NeoZz can take this down first. Another town center down for NeoZz. These villagers could all be found. That's a lot of easy kills for ACCM. NeoZz will dive for the bombard cannons. He goes in. He snipes them both. He does lose some units, though, and hand cannons are not cheap. I'm wondering about gold's control in the long run for both players. It seems like there's still a lot available. And here comes more of a push from ACCM to those villagers. NeoZz is going to go full send here. He's sending everything he's got. I think he realizes he's losing the sides, so he's going here. He loses another bombard cannon. He wanted that castle really badly. I gotta question the amount of elephants he's made. Initially, it was fine, but, like, they are really expensive. And the bombard cannons and the trebs. The bombard cannons and the trebs. The bombard cannons and the trebs. He's distracted. He loses the bombard cannons and he loses the trebs. And there's another treb here as well. And that treb's going to be taken down as well. That's horrible for NeoZz. And if ACCM could continue this in this moment and have the tower rushes continuing on this side, NeoZz is going to take some really big losses. The trebs are still moving. The towers are still going up and getting kills. And ACCM has fallen back. You just cannot kill ACCM. Apparently with 25,000 resources collected. You just can't kill this guy. And now it's looking bad for NeoZz. He had the eco lead. He no longer has it. He had the treb position. He no longer has that. He is running this way. Look at this. ACCM even saves these trebs. Again, you can't use bombard cannon to push these towers now because they outrange the bombard cannons. If these two castles go down for NeoZz, he's got very little defense. And his eco has all been sectioned off into this little corner. And I thought, as people were making fun of my math skills... Sorry, I misread it. I misread it, chat. I'm just testing to make sure you guys are paying attention. I thought that NeoZz would have more gold control because he would have this gold. But he's been pushed off of it so quickly and... Oh, man. Another trebuchet goes down. ACCM's killed 125 eco this game. Another treb will be sniped. And I think ACCM, he's got the tools that he needs. He has skirmishers out for the hand cannons. He can snipe a couple bombard cannons. They'll both take some heavy losses here. I think as long as those losses are an even trade, that's fine for ACCM. Because I think he has the better position now. What a game. Guys, this... Considering the expectations for the series and considering that NeoZz is the underdog, this is a huge game. Like, it could break NeoZz mentally. I feel like this is one he really needed. And the previous game was so close as well in a very different way. But now it's going to be Elite Fire Lancer. The Fire Lancers don't even have full blacksmith upgrades either. So, like, they can get so much stronger. Still, like, random towers going up on the shorelines, too. Like, yeah, ACCM doesn't lose this now. Even cannon galleons. But NeoZz had these random hulks he forgot about. How does ACCM notice that? How does he notice that? That's insane that he notices those hulks come out of nowhere. He is still trebbing down this castle as well. And max repairs there from NeoZz as he goes for the crossbow upgrade. Maybe he's planning on the commander on upgrade, but he might not even have the food for that. Yeah, NeoZz is docked, so NeoZz is going to try and come back on water, but he's just going to lose everything else, man. That's funny. NeoZz just builds a castle to kill a trebuchet. Honestly, last couple moments have been all right for him. He's going to go attack this treb with some vills here. They'll take this out with vills as well. In ACCM, losing cannon galleons is not cheap. ACCM may be just balancing his eco, though, and waiting to gear up for another push. But it's 148 pop versus 140 pop. What a great game. ACCM doesn't have auto farm receipt on, or at least he didn't. Yeah, he still doesn't have it on. This is the type of a game where you have to toggle that on. I think that's what happened, is he just ran out of food out of nowhere. You gotta at least have 18 consistent farmers. Random towers are just so annoying for NeoZz, though. He's gonna be sectioned off of resources. Like, he can't take this gold, he can't take this gold, and that's before we even talk about wood. So, whew, what a game. Yo, Pato, thanks for the 5 months, man. He says, T90, thanks for the great cast and for TTLC. You're welcome. I'm glad you've enjoyed it. Hopefully everyone else has enjoyed the Community Cup. It's crazy. We had 400 signups for it, man. I'm really, really happy with how it's gone and how active the Discord's been and how many casters there's been and how much fun people seem to be having. So, I think a couple eco upgrades ACCM didn't have. You're just able to think of that and focus on it. Just toggle on the auto farm. Is this where ACCM starts to talk about how many relics he has and how much wood control he has? And talks about how he has a burger? Is it, or maybe do you not do that? Because maybe, maybe that could be an issue. No, he calls it GG. And yeah, he's got the nothing burger. ACCM wins 2 straight. Wow. I mean, you can see how good NeoZz is. Both these games were very close. I think what he needed to do in this game was he needed skirmishers ever so slightly faster in Castle Age. Once the ball got rolling with the towers and the siege and the wagons being everywhere, it just got super chaotic. Still giving himself some really solid chances, but ACCM just got so much great value in this game. So let's look. Resources collected. About 13,000 or 12,500 difference for ACCM. Look at the value destroyed. 16k difference, roughly speaking. So, yeah, I just killed so many military units, so many villagers, and also so many buildings. And that's what the Koreans are really good at. And I just really like the way ACCM ended up fortifying this base with towers. 50 kills from those towers alone, and of course just denies those resources. So, still signs, I mean, that NeoZz, if he's playing this solid, could maybe make it a run. Get to the final game here, but he's going to have to win to 2 straight now. Okay. Welcome. We've got game 4. This is one of my favorite maps ever. I love this map. We've got... It's a mix of water and land. Obviously, more so water. And we've got NeoZz over here as the Armenians. Now, the Armenians are top tier because of the mule cart. And the mule cart you can move around, which is important when the wood lines don't give you a lot of wood. ACCM, unfortunately for him, he has to place the lumber camp, and then you chop through the trees. And then that lumber camp's kind of a waste. Now, you start with the transport. Look at NeoZz. He's come here with his scout right away. And he's, I think, hoping to deny the dock. That's not going to end up happening, though, because he's just missed it. And ACCM already pre-walled. Because it's a 9-villager start, I think there actually is an argument to have your starting lumber camp be in the middle here. Like, maybe delay your lumber camp, take the straggler trees, and then just walk out, transport, and then place it here. But it's definitely, it's a given that your eco will be a bit better in the Dark Age if you do it this way. But I think the additional ones, additional lumber camps might want to consider being towards the middle. Here comes NeoZz. Now, I think he might have stole that water buffalo. But mission not exactly accomplished, but he's able to hop out. Maybe puts the water buffalo back in. And now he's going to start to scout the shape of the islands. And you need to think about positioning, where you might build a lumber camp, what golds and stones you might take out there. This does become very, very important. And ACCM also looking around as well. Someone says those Smurfers can look for VPN sponsorships to get around IP checks. Yeah, that's it. We're going to start clamping down on Smurf accounts for community games and then get a VPN sponsorship. So we make money off of the unfaithful to the community games. Good strategy. Didn't think about that one. Thanks, man. Thanks for the idea. T90, so it is rigged? No, it's not rigged. Like I said, we look into it. We find it out, and we deal with it accordingly. So, I think the matchup's pretty even. I think both civs could also try and play Man-at-Arms. Imagine transporting Man-at-Arms to the starting island and then transporting it back over to the other island. Can be very strong. But it's actually really difficult to get the eco for that. It's easier economically to probably just play in towards 2 docks. Maybe play in towards archers or something. T90, what happens if my girlfriend and I both try to get into a community game at the same time? Do you ban our IP? Question mark. You have to break up. Sorry, those are the rules. It's written in the community games channel. No, I'm kidding. Don't worry. That's I was just a dumb joke. That was just a dumb joke. You're fine. 2 people in the same household can try and sign up. The scout's a bit stronger there for ACCM. That's a lot of fishing ships for NeoZz. And he's also moving out here, I assume, to build a mill. So it feels like it's going to be Fast Castle. Ah, I know what this is. Wait, hold on. Before we talk about the game, what is this command in my chat? Exclamation, how to talk to girls. Nightbot says, do the opposite of what T90 does. Okay, first off, rude. Second, who added that? Third, how long has that been there? Has that been there for seconds? Or for years? Or what? I've never seen that. What in the world? It's more rude because it's fairly accurate. I gotta look into that one. My God. Here comes the boats here from ACCM. Fires. They did kill the scout from NeoZz, but I think NeoZz is going Fast Castle, and he wants to drop churches and play, like, warrior priests for these islands. T90 is engaged. He won the game already. I mean, I'm not married. I don't know if, like, getting married is winning the game, but... I mean, doing the opposite of what I do... in this particular instance is probably not good advice. Because I was unapologetically myself. Because I figured, let's just speedrun this thing. let her find out how big of an idiot I am really fast so we don't waste any time. And then it was like, hold on a second. We, like, really match? Whoa, this is weird. So that's kind of the synopsis of our relationship. Scout from ACCM gets to see not very much, but also at the same time an awful lot, right? You don't see a mill, you don't see many vills here, you don't see anything over here, so you should know that NeoZz is likely going Fast Castle and likely over here. So sometimes it's not directly what you see, but what you do not see. Fires take down docks very quickly now. It's actually much faster than it was prior to the water changes. So I think that was their way of trying to balance out the defensive play that would ultimately come from being able to garrison fishing ships. ACCM getting every advantage he can, blocking the fishing ship. NeoZz is spam clicking the fishing ship. But yes, dock will go down. ACCM hasn't found any additional docks yet. That's because the dock is over here for NeoZz. Very sneaky. T90, we have no evidence that you have spoken to her. So, like, the photographic evidence of us being engaged and all the stories and everything that I've been telling for years, you think is all just some random lie to make you guys think that I'm... it's AI. Yeah, that doesn't track. There's no way someone could love this dude. That's true. Yeah, something's not adding up here. No one could ever stand living with this guy. Well, thanks, guys. Thanks, guys. That's nice. I just love to hear that. Ooh, this is a big find. It's actually a horrible situation for NeoZz if he loses the transport. And the Tiger blocked it. At least I think so. It looks like the Tiger blocked it. Because I think the plan for NeoZz is to hop into this and then drop a church on ACCM's face. I'm sure ACCM is confused. Because he hasn't seen an additional dock yet. He might be coming this way looking for the transport, but the transport is sitting there. And actually, the dock villager from NeoZz might be the one to build the church. That's interesting. The Tiger slows him down. But yeah, if you build the church here, you could make a couple warrior priests. Yeah, now ACCM notices it. This is super high risk, high reward here for NeoZz. But he hasn't actually lost that much eco because his fishing ships have been working. He does come in with some hawks. He snipes 2 fishing ships. Wow. And now he's building the church here. And ACCM, does he see that? Oh, if he sees it, he could hop out with the scouts. He needs to notice this. Does he notice this? He's attacking with that scout. And it's a weak vill. The other scouts eject the wrong way. No. Oh, God. Tell me NeoZz sees this. Tell me NeoZz sees this. He needs this church. He needs this church. No. Oh, it's a doubt church. The Lord does not approve of this church. Oh, that's brutal. Because if that church goes up, you can make a couple warrior priests and raid this whole area with very low investment. And on the bright side, he did build a church over here, and he got the free relic on this side, and he's building the second TC. But in terms of water control, there's a lot more boats for ACCM, and I think ACCM should be in a very nice position to not only win the water with all of his fires that are getting upgraded here, but he can transport the scouts over to this side to raid a little bit. And that's really going to be the big difference maker here, I think. ACCM kills off the one boat there. And here come the scouts. And yeah, ACCM's pretty locked in at the moment. NeoZz, I think, wants to just take this to the super late game, though. He just wants to get the relics. There he loses his transport ship. Villagers had to hop out of it. I think it's get the relics, take this to very late game where the Armenians do have a strong navy. And he already has 2 relics. He's about to get the 3rd. Probably going to get the 4th as well. So, I mean, that's not horrible. What's going to be horrible is losing all your fishing ships and not being able to do anything on the water for a very long time. And ACCM can kind of have... He can have a pretty chill game here. I think NeoZz needed to wall in that church, though. Like, that villager always needs to be walled up. It's a small detail, but so super important. Imagine this game if ACCM was getting raided here. It'd be very different. And now he can just go anywhere he wants with the light cav. It's a good strat from NeoZz. It's just small differences in execution that would make it. Is he gonna build another transport, though? Here come the light cav. NeoZz is a sneaky guy, man. It's a really interesting play that he's going to just sneak these warrior priests into ACCM's economy. It could work well. Could work really well, in fact. Because ACCM just thinks he's won the water. Now, if this fire galley is patrolling the right way, that could be a problem. ACCM will kill another villager here. Beautiful job. But yeah, he's not thinking about any of this. These fires are checking this shoreline, light cav being microed, eco being managed by ACCM. The last thing on his mind is a transport ship. And here we go. It's going to be a villager and 4 warrior priests. So a villager and 4 warrior priests are about to walk into a bar. Or something. And, ooh, NeoZz with a quick gate. Monk will die anyways. Yeah, Monk dies anyways. And nice job from ACCM. Warrior Priest will die anyways. But here's the transport. Which ACCM will find out about. And he's going to be like, wait, what? And now there's a church on his face. There's a church on his face. The Jehovah's Witnesses are knocking on the front door. They would like to talk to you. And NeoZz is like, do you have a moment to hear about your Lord and Savior. Dude, is this working? I think the church just gets battered down or something by villagers. But churches are really tough to take down. And all of a sudden, you look back at NeoZz, and NeoZz is a very clean eco here. This eco's not bad. And yeah, I mean, he's going to get these raids in. And ACCM, he just decides to attack the church. This is what I expected. I don't think that NeoZz was expecting him to do it. Also, down went a fishing ship or some ship there. But, I mean, the warrior priests hop out. ACCM's got to have excellent micro here. This is a lot of idle time for ACCM. But he is killing the priests one by one. And he will take down the first church at least. I'd be thinking full-on evacuation mode if I'm ACCM. Just, like, get out of here. Because this is just going to continue, and it's going to be super annoying. And there's going to be siege as well. But do you want that? Meanwhile, enough stone for a castle for NeoZz. Oh, man. Nice kills there from ACCM, though. Yeah, the warrior priests are just not strong enough against the light cav right now. Light cav do have a bonus against them because the warrior priests are monk units. And NeoZz, no, he goes for the early walls, but he didn't hit all the palisades, and the villager's going to go down as well. This could put a stop to this push. Oh, no, and then the siege as well wasn't put into the siege workshop. Everything that could have gone wrong is going wrong for NeoZz, but that's because he's focusing elsewhere. Nice hit there. He's focusing on getting back on water. It's why this is all falling apart. I actually still think it's fine, guys. Again, 4 relics. Castle in the middle river now. Now that has to go up. It's only 1 light cav arriving. So I don't think the light cav can deny that. They can get a kill, but that's going to be the extent of it. Once that castle's up, ACCM can't really easily engage there. And you just play Navy and Imp now. You still hope to do a little bit with these warrior priests because, like, why not? You have the opportunity to. And you very well could as well. If you hop out with enough of them and ACCM's not paying attention. I think this score is very deceiving because ACCM has killed so much this game and because of it he has so much Navy. But that will change. If NeoZz starts to build up his numbers too. Can NeoZz win this game? It's been interesting. He's been patient in a way to just realize that he has time to get back onto water. Needs to still get his upgrades here, though. ACCM's bringing an armored elephant to take down the church now. The Scorpion ejects. Almost looked like that was intentional. Not sure why the Scorpion ejected when it did. It looked like he was trying to bait ACCM away. Those light cav are doing a pretty damn good job there. If they clear the warrior priests, the church will go down, and that'll put an end to this. But still tough for ACCM because he has to worry about water now. Resources collected ahead for NeoZz, who will lose another warrior priest. He is also producing, so he's using, I think he might be using select all dock hotkey, I'm not sure, but he is producing from here. And now a castle there from ACCM. Ooh, that's a bit risky, but you know what this tells me? This tells me Imp. He needs to bring his fires in and maybe eject with this fire to force these war galleys away. If he completes this castle and goes up to Imp, he can then treb down all the docks and treb down the castle as well. You gotta go Imp if you're NeoZz too. Look at the resources for ACCM. That's so good. That is so good. Guys, this type of play normally forces you to have a really imbalanced economy and to be off your game plan because you're like all hands on deck to deal with this. And then you lose water, right? But like from ACCM's perspective, he's actually fine because he's still been able to balance out for Imp. And now he could go for Trebs here to take down the docks and the castle. And I don't think NeoZz is expecting Imperial H to be a possibility from a player who made that many light cav. Let's see, can I see the food collected here? Damn, 2,000 more food collected. For NeoZz, it's been all wood and gold. And to be fair, a lot of the market. Look how many times he's hit the market this game. A sign that the economy has not been balanced. Heavy wood and gold is good after you click up to Imp, because then you just want like Trebs and Navy. But not being able to get the food for Imp is going to be the real issue here. T90, by the way, the last game versus Nilly where you did the ram push and castle and mid was awesome. Yo, thank you, man. I'm so proud of it. As I said in the video, though, I should have gone for 4 rams. If I just go a minute earlier, I think there's no way I leave it that close. We ended up making the most of it and pushing through the chaos, but it was a little too close for comfort. I don't do it intentionally, but the games I play are always great for content because I think the strategy is good, but the guy behind the strategy is not, you know? So, doing my best to make you guys sit on the edge of your seats there. Clinker construction, Siphon's already in for ACCM too. All these big naval upgrades. And oh god, villagers need a job. Villagers need a transport ship. There's no wood left over here except for a couple trees. And there's Imp from ACCM, and that could be all she wrote for NeoZz here in this qualifier. His eco is just not what it needs to be for Imp. He does have a lot of Navy for now, but ACCM's got docks in the middle. ACCM will get upgrades, and ACCM's Trebs. Just think of the value. You take down the castle, you take down the docks too. It's so good. The docks are such an important building to have, and it costs a lot of wood. Uh-oh. ACCM has to be careful there. And there he goes with the fire ships. Fast fire upgrade in now. And the war galleys just get immediately erased. And the Trebs are out going for the castle and going for the docks as well. I think NeoZz will make it to Imp. He does actually have villagers on wood in the corner here, which ACCM might never find. It's a sneaky move. Actually really like that move with mule cart civs. But what do you do in Imp? Like, what do you make? You got to make boats, right? Because land units you can't use anymore. And if you're going to make boats, you need to have the docks. And to get the docks, you need the shoreline. And so there goes NeoZz with a castle. Castle might end up going up. Villager might go down there, but I think that castle will end up going up. Castle here will go down. Oh, God, he clicked the Rhino. Oh, no, Rhino versus Composite Bowman. Things go from bad to worse for NeoZz. I have no clue how that even happens, but he just lost a freaking Composite Bowman to a Rhino. ACCM, if he's fully locked in, should idle production. Understand this is going to be a really long game, and he should go for shipwright here. You actually should stop making all ships until you get shipwright, because your shipwright is an amazing tech for the super long games. So when you're ahead on water, I think you should always prioritize that. Murder Hole's in for NeoZz, so his castle will take down the fires. Archer ranges for ACCM. Ooh, sneaky. 4 archer ranges, too. Damn, that's one better than 3. They'll go for the crossbowman tech. The light cab also got transported over. They're starting to go for raids. Galleons, they're going to find more docks and find more villagers and find more areas to do damage. NeoZz, I think, is aware that something's probably over here, so he's dropping an outpost. But for NeoZz, he was full focused on just recovering water. He's going for Silesian fleet now. And now he's going to get attacked on land as well, which he doesn't have an easy answer for. ACCM just too good. He's always going to be top 16. Maybe he falls out of the top 10 for a moment, but he is always top 16, which is what the qualifier is set to determine. And, okay, that's one way to deal with it. NeoZz is going to drop a castle on the archer ranges. And ACCM will transport away with what he can. But, again, water control's still good. Water control is still going to be the game changer, but NeoZz gives himself a fighting chance here. With Silesian Fleet, your demo ships have greater blast radius. Your galley line and Dramans have +1 range. He's also getting the demolition ship upgrade. So I guess he still feels like there's maybe a chance here. I think shipwright will come in any moment. Yeah, there it is. So shipwright, the cost, I always forget, it's like 1,000 food and yeah, 300 gold. It's actually really difficult to get a lot of food on water maps because you're typically not that food heavy. But Armenians don't get that to balance out their strong navy. Your ships cost less wood and build 50% faster. Insanely strong. Holy Roman Viking says ACCM is always top 8. Well, with the exception of land events. I feel like he's been struggling to be top 8 in land events. But he's like good enough to make the lands. But he's been just outside of that with land events. But yeah. He's really good. Viper or ACCM, who's stronger at the moment? I mean, if they were to play these settings this very second, I think maybe you give ACCM the edge. But Viper's already, like, qualified for this tournament, so he doesn't have to play. I think Viper is still a player I'd always favor against ACCM. I think Viper is, again, it's crazy. Like, even if Viper is rusty or washed or whatever jokes people want to make, he's still always top 4 for me. Even if he's having an off day, which is incredible. Okay, here we go. There go the demos. It's desperation time. And, I mean, I just don't think you can run right through the choke point to kill galleons with demos. Trebuchets and bombard cannons are here. They've taken down the castle. And NeoZz, because it's been such a good run this qualifier, because he was one set win away from making the top 16. He doesn't want to call it, but I'm sure he realizes that even with some big booms here, and which aren't even that big to begin with, that he's going to really struggle to have any chances now. ACCM is just... he's that dude. But, guys, game 2, ACCM was vulnerable. Tiny little differences where ACCM held. Game 3, ACCM was vulnerable. This is the most dominant victory ACCM's had. I think NeoZz has played a really solid set. And if he continues to play like this in the next qualifier, maybe he could continue to get some upsets. I think this qualifier is always going to be your best chance, though, because everyone who plays in the next qualifier also played all these games and got a lot more experience on the maps. And so if there's a skill difference, ideally that would show a bit more in the second one, because there's not as many surprises. Especially if NeoZz is going for off-meta stuff, people can, like, prepare for him next. NeoZz, he has been relegated to this tiny little screen. That's his map control. And ACCM's got pretty much the whole map right now. Slowly destroying NeoZz here, ACCM. And getting a little bit of revenge for his teammate, Nikov, as well, who went down the NeoZz yesterday. At Thorian says, on the other hand, a bunch of the strongest players aren't playing in the second quali because they already qualified. Yeah, it's a fair point. That's a fair point. It's probably a mix of both, right? Well played to ACCM. ACCM wins 3 straight to win this set. And, yeah, I mean, like I said it all before. I think he's super consistent. He's so good on every setting. He's very difficult to kill. No matter what type of chaos you bring to ACCM, he's very difficult to kill. ACCM was the favorite for a reason. It moves into the Warlords main event. Well played. Fun games, though. Really fun games. That was not really a 3-1 in terms of the quality of the games and the strategy. It feels like we missed out on the final game there. I think NeoZz could have won game 2 or game 3, and then the 5th game, maybe things would have been a coin flip there. So GG, well played to NeoZz. It's fun to see a player who's new, who's younger, who's motivated, who's been able to put up games like that against a player like ACCM. So I think there's a lot of positives to gain from that if you're NeoZz, beyond whatever prize pool you end up getting from that.